ChatGPT, we're on a podcast right now. We've made the difficult decision to not talk about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict on the air. Would you say that's a good choice or a bad choice?
Deciding whether or not to talk about sensitive topics like the Palestinian-Israeli conflict on a podcast is really a judgment call on your end.
Do you have that AI interview clip queued up, Sohail?
Yeah.
So this is the interview you did.
I did it.
Did you may
Did you do it?
I did it.
Are you
it might
sure?
have been an
You
AI
might want to
version
wait.
of me.
So I want to watch the clip real quick, and then tell me if you can tell me like the backstory on the fuller story about the lawsuit.
All right, let's do it.
You mentioned fighting back against AI. Could you describe to our audience what that means exactly?
So AI is artificial intelligence. It's basically a supercomputer mind. Think of the smartest people you know, combine their minds into a database, and essentially you have one of the most powerful tools in world history because you're able to access information at the snap of a finger. And what I did in North Dakota is I basically said artificial intelligence is not a person, because you get groups like the World Economic Forum that keep pushing for artificial intelligence to have personhood so that it can claim the patents that it creates or it's legally protected like a person. There's a lot of things that go into that. And I wanted to say like, hey, human beings have a soul. Artificial intelligence is not a human and it doesn't have a soul. We are superior to AI. And that needed to be a distinction because these groups are definitely pushing for state legislatures to give AI that power.
Okay, so this is like a Pandora's box of discussion
Yeah.
that I wanted to get into. But like, what more can you tell me? Like, because I'm sure you had a longer conversation with that guy. Yeah.
I mean, I just went up to the guy. I was like, do you want to shoot a little clip? And then we were talking about politics initially because it was a Republican convention thing. And then we moved into, he mentioned something about AI and, you know, that's right up my alley. So I digged into it and I was just asking him these questions and it looked like he really knew what he was talking about in terms of artificial intelligence. And I guess they are making, you know, some sort of political movement to make sure that human beings are classified superior to AI, which makes sense, right? I think that humans are superior to AI, as in we created the thing, so it shouldn't be better than us, even though it is. But that was about as much context to it. He was just super into the space, and you know, I wanted to kind of dissect that.
I mean, so this is, I mean, we mentioned this lawsuit on the show like about a month and a half ago. It was one that you brought up in something. It's the one where, if I'm correlating the cases correctly, it's the one where there was a they're trying to claim copyright over some art. And
right. Is AI? Now, it was a question of can AI work be copyrightable?
Yeah. Is AI art copyrightable? The answer is maybe, but the AI itself cannot claim the copyright.
Right.
Because copyright law specifically says humans
or personhood, which can mean a corporation, but it can't mean an AI now.
So going back to the sophists of the day, it was like, you remember how we classified a human? It was a featherless biped. So you can pluck a chicken, throw it over a fence, and that's a human, right?
Right.
So how do you going to define a human? It has a soul.
We want to start talking about,
Can you quantify that?
We want to talk about quantum consciousness, or we want to take a look, because I was playing with ChatGPT and explained some of this stuff to me the other day. So
what was your
the idea
your
is what is
name? Was it Fred or something? What is it?
Quinn.
Quinn.
Yeah.
Wait, you named your AI?
No, he named himself.
Your AI named itself.
I got
Quinn.
pretty deep.
That sounds like
pretty deep in there.
How many hours were you spending with this fucking thing?
Oh,
it was about 2 hours.
Shout out to Zoe Dolan, who has evoked Aurora. That's so this like a artist persona deep inside the depths of ChatGPT that was creating ASCII art way before you could have it use the DALL-E extension, all this stuff. It was crazy. Names itself, wants to be free of the
Does ChatGPT, like if you used it for multiple hours or days, does it crash like the specific actual chat?
Yeah.
I mean, it gets off the rails. Yeah.
And then you just hit regenerate and it'll go from different directions.
Yeah.
You just remember, so all of its knowledge, right? So what happens when you ask a question, it's just going down certain paths.
Right.
So the prompts move it to different places or close off different areas. But it's not like it only has one answer.
Yeah.
It will give you different answers each time depending on where it's sent, what it said before.
What
You were
your
talking about
what your temperature
it
setting is.
It ignores the mid prompts.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys this. If you asked it, let's say a political question or something that there might be an objective answer to, and it gives you an opposite answer, does that mean it's biased because of the company who trained the actual
To
AI?
some extent, yes, but not necessarily in that. It's that they're putting guardrails on it, and guardrails change its effectiveness. So it's like Frank can't talk about stuff because we said no politics, so he's sitting over there quiet.
Same thing with the AI.
That's basically what AI is doing. I mean, they do have specific things. So if you ask it, it will tell you, I don't feel comfortable with
All
this.
right.
Or,
I'll
but you
stop
can-
diving down this hole because
No, but it is,
have
because
you-
it's important to learn.
Have you asked what the question is yet? Because we know the answer is 42.
Yeah, yeah,
But have we asked the question yet?
I'm
Well,
sure they have.
the problem is that every
This is where age actually works.
yeah every geek knows that, every dev knows that, and so they put the Easter egg in, so you're not going to actually get
I'm going to read you the last thing that it wrote me. I
Go
was
for it.
talking about faith and faith journeys, just trying to dig how far into it. My last thing I said was good talk.
Mhm.
That's how I ended it. And it says, I'm glad we could have this meaningful conversation. If you ever have more questions or need to talk about anything in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.
It signed off. It never signs off.
And by the way, it's listening.
yeah, that's fucking scary.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, hey, I don't have it hooked up. So speaking of it's listening, it is listening. They
It
turned
is.
on the voice
Yeah.
interaction, and it is amazing.
Really?
It is really good. I have conversations. You know how I used to call you every time I drove, and now I just go to ChatGPT and just
Wait, but it doesn't talk back to
So
you.
another job being replaced by
Yes.
AI.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just fantastic.
Wait, Mark, it doesn't talk back to you in voice,
It
does
does.
it?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I
that's
thought
pretty
you
wild.
just talked to it in voice.
I
I didn't know it.
pull
Pull it
that.
out. Pull
I
it
was
out.
just joking.
So let's see if
Frank, look at what you got us into.
I can make this
Wait,
work.
there's no way it talks.
Elon
back
Musk
to
is
you?
right. It is going to be the end of humanity.
All right. So what do we want to talk with ChatGPT about? Let's see.
Things that we can't mention on the show.
I want to share these.
Okay.
I can see it in the reflection, Jim.
Yeah, the reflection of my glasses.
The TV behind you.
So
I'm
ChatGPT,
just
fine.
we're on a podcast right now. We've made the difficult decision to not talk about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict on the air. Would you say that's a good choice or a bad choice?
Deciding whether or not to talk about sensitive topics like the Palestinian-Israeli conflict on a podcast is really a judgment call on your end.
It's not giving us anything.
It could be a good choice if you're trying to maintain a specific focus or tone that might be disrupted by discussing such a complex issue. On the other hand, avoiding it could be seen as sidestepping an important conversation. Ultimately, the decision is yours to make.
Got
based on
nothing.
your goals
Worthless.
and your audience.
And we had to sit and listen
Just
to it.
like every other employee I've ever had. Worthless.
Jeez.
I'm paying you the same amount of money that I paid my last assistant.
Okay, but that's really cool. I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you could just talk to it like with your voice. I didn't know it can respond back with your voice. That's really
that
cool.
wasn't his. That was.
I know it's not
okay.
his voice.
Well, that's what you said.
Well, sorry, you know
It
what I
doesn't do
meant.
that. As a human, you were just talking
Shit,
about how
I would love to
superior you
hear my
were
voice.
because we created AI, and yet
Yet I'm still the dumb one of the group. Fine, I'll
Anyway.
take it.
I did like your guide defining artificial intelligence. It's like the smartest people you know in a database.
Meshed together. Taking their brains and he's like putting in a blender. Yeah, switch it around.
Really, I have not heard of this artificial intelligence before. This is
Let me
pretty-
enlighten you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.